Test, 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 audio, test, 99, 98, 97. And a very pleasant good evening and welcome to the VC Sportsplex on the campus of Ventura College for Ventura College football on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Tonight it's the Beach Bowl as Ventura College plays host to the Cerritos College Falcons. The Pirates were just that close to another playoff bid. They finished in a tie atop the Northern Division, but ultimately lost in the tiebreaker to College of the Canyons, who will represent the Northern Division tonight in playoff action against Saddleback College. The Pirates still make a postseason appearance, once again continuing their streak since back in 2012. As they go back to the Beach Bowl to take on Cerritos College, the Falcons are resurgent after a couple of losing seasons. This is their second straight plus 500 season as they finish with a mark of 6-4 and head back to the postseason to take on the Pirates here tonight. Of course, this is a familiar matchup between these two teams as they used to be in the Northern Division together. The Falcons moved to the Central Division last season, so they just completed their second season in the Central Division, but they renew the rivalry here tonight as they take on the Pirates here at the VC Sportsplex. The Pirates won the toss, they will defer, and the Falcons will have it first. So Brandon Jones waiting back deep. And we are underway as it's Jones up the far side past the 30. They're marking it back at the 25, so I'm going to say Jones stepped out of bounds there. Cooper running him out of bounds. So Cerritos will come out behind quarterback TJ McMahon. Carl Odom, the leading rusher on the season, will see time in the backfield along with Hinckley Ropati and Jacoby Hardy. And after all that, they're marking it back at the 25-yard line, and I'm hearing here in the booth that a fair catch was signaled, but I saw a return. Either way, Falcons start the opening drive here at their own 25-yard line, where they'll have it 1st and 10. Pirates crowd the line. The snap to McMahon. He'll drop to throw under pressure. Stepping up, hit as he throws, and the pass incomplete. Underthrown, he was looking for Brandon Jones. On the near side, Anusium had the coverage. And a 2nd down and 10 coming up. Of course, the big matchups tonight, outside of this one, of course, Falcon and Pirate fans, are the 2 playoff games here in the South. Saddleback traveling to College of the Canyons. Riverside hosting Mount San Antonio College. So 2nd down and 10. We will try to keep you updated on those scores as the evening goes on. The opening drive here for the Falcons in the road whites. Have the snap. They'll keep it on the ground on 2nd and 10. And it's Ropati for a gain of a couple out to the 27. Callaway moving up aggressively, as he so often does, to make the stop. Travis Callaway, the leading tackler for the Pirates on the season. And what a campaign Callaway had. The Pirate defense coming off what has to be unquestionably their best outing of the season, maybe the best outing that I've seen from a Pirate defense since I started covering the team about 8 years ago. I mean, it was dominating against Long Beach. It was a 30-26 win, but if you look at the numbers for quarterback Derek West, 13 of 42 in the game with an interception, and the Pirates were at least that good against the run. West was very good running the football, as the 3rd down pass is incomplete on the far side, and a quick 3-and-out will give it to the Pirate offense. But just to stay with the point about the Pirate defense last week, they combined to hold Long Beach running backs to under 4 yards a carry, in addition to the stifling defensive effort against the pass. And they needed every bit of it to upset the Vikings on the road, 30-26. And by upset, of course, I mean more to the point, upset the Viking plans to win the Central. The Vikings came in with a win and they're in scenario last week, but the Pirates upset the apple cart. Good kick from Petrescu, and Sanchez retreats all the way back to the 27-yard line. That's a 46-yard punt for Petrescu. And with 13:56 to go in the opening quarter just underway, the Pirates will have the football for the first time tonight. Beach Bowl tonight brought to you by Joe Cap Realty, serving Ventura and Santa Barbara counties since 1975. Maldonado with 3 wide receivers to the right. And they keep it on the ground on 1st down. And a gain of perhaps a yard. Vargas, 86 yards last week. It was Victor Clanton on the stop for Cerritos. That broke a 2-game streak of 100-yard games for Jaden Vargas, but I'm sure he'll take it in the win. He did have 3 touchdowns as well as a 69-yard reception, so Vargas was all over the field, even though the Vikings did a pretty good job stopping him on the ground. Jet screen on the far side. Out to the 29-yard line. Smith on the stop. Vaughn with the catch. Vaughn another 8 catches last week for 98 yards. He's up over 80 receptions for the season to go with 12 touchdowns. The Vikings, in something of a feather in their cap, actually held Vaughn out of the end zone, only the 2nd team on the season to do that. Vaughn also went without a touchdown catch against Bakersfield, but that's how good Terrell Vaughn has been. 3rd and 4 for the Pirates, who've been very good on 3rd down on the season, up at 44%. Moraga with the catch out to the 40-yard line, a pickup of 11 yards and a 1st down for Ventura. Okiki with the stop on Moraga. Moraga, an ultra-talented tight end who's battled some injuries this season, but he's back in the fold on in the latter stages. Good hole for Vargas, who cuts it back. He's to midfield, into Falcon territory, down to the 47-yard line. A good run of 13 yards, call it 14 for Vargas before Okiki brings him down again. And the Pirates methodically going to work on their opening drive that started back at the 27-yard line. Maldonado, deep drop, blitz coming, good protection. Moraga with a sensational grab inside the 20-yard line. Let's take a look at Moraga. Well, I just called him ultra-talented. Smith with the stop. I'm going to give you a quick look at this. Slow it down for a little and watch the one-handed grab by Moraga. That is special. Quick screen looking for Vaughn again, looking for blockers, tries to bounce it outside. He's still on his feet and gets it inside the 20, a modest gain on the play before he is run out of bounds. That was Trevion Ballard who finally brought down Terrell Vaughn. On the play, Vaughn gained perhaps 3, and a 2nd down and 7 coming up. Can't get over the catch by Moraga, who's got 2 catches on this drive. The Pirates into the red zone where they've been among the best in the top 5 in scoring percentage inside the red zone. They continue to move Vaughn around, but this one well diagnosed by Ballard. And Vaughn going to be thrown for a loss back to the original line of scrimmage at the 22-yard line. So a 3-yard loss makes it 3rd down and 10. In fact, they'll spot it at the 23, so that's a loss of 4. And a 3rd and 11 coming up for Ventura from the 23-yard line down to 10:36 and counting to go in the first quarter. First drive for the Pirates. Maldonado throws off the back foot, and it's juggled and dropped. Had to check down, looking for Vaughn, and that is news to Ventura fans that Vaughn had both mitts on a football and didn't come down with it. Don't think he was going to be able to pick up the first down. Just a check down from Maldonado, but he didn't come up with the catch, and that'll bring on Arroyo. Arroyo is 17 of 22 on field goals this season. This will be from 40 yards. The kick is up. It's long enough, and it's good. Arroyo with a 40-yard field goal. The Pirates on the board on their first drive, 10:16 to go in the first quarter. Ventura with the 3-0 lead. It's the Beach Bowl, brought to you by Joe Cap Real Estate. Meskimen has it teed up for Ventura. Jones and Hardy back deep. Hardy, number 6, had a 97-yard kick return for a touchdown last week in the 2-point win for Cerritos over El Camino College. It came in the fourth quarter, and it was a pivotal play after El Camino had gotten themselves back within 2. But Cerritos scores just that quickly on the Hardy return, and they needed every bit of it. El Camino added a late touchdown, but Cerritos held on for the 42-40 win. And that, in large part, gets them to the postseason with a record of 6-4. A little bit of a delay here. The officials will get things together. Short kick from Meskimen. Taken by Jones at the 8, out to the 20. Hit at the 25, brought down at the 26. 18-yard return. And here come the Falcons for their second possession of the night. Gaitan with the tackle on Jones. So here comes TJ McMahon. And he'll be flanked by Carl Odom in the backfield. And they'll come out with receivers left and right. Offset eye as they work from the pistol. McMahon gives to Odoms through a good hole. He's out to the 30 and pushes the pile out to the 34-yard line. That's an 8-yard run for Carl Odoms on 1st and 10. Nunnery finally with the stop for the Pirates, and it's a 2nd and 2 coming up for Cerritos College. McMahon working against a 4-man front, some movement on the line. Oh, razzle-dazzle from the Falcons. And now they're going to throw, and they've got a man. This is a big completion for the Falcons. Touchdown-saving tackle as Jovan Tucker gets behind the defense. Let's take a look at this one. I believe the throw was by Parks. So it's a 57-yard gain, and apologies, don't have the replay on that one at this time. But Tucker with the huge reception takes it down to the 9-yard line. And the Falcons, who are number 1 in the SCFA in red zone scoring percentage, have it deep in Pirate territory. The counter give to Odom runs into a wall of Pirate tacklers after a gain of a yard. 2nd down and goal from the 8 coming up. Going to adjust the clock. 8:40 remaining. Well, now they're going to change it down. Falcons want to go. Got Ropati in the backfield with McMahon. Bunch formation on 2nd and goal from the 8. McMahon steps up, bullets a pass inside the 5 down to the goal line. Going to be about a yard short. CJ Parks with the reception, his first catch tonight. And now the Falcons are on the doorstep with a 3rd and goal from the 1-yard line. And you go back to last week and a sensational goal line stand by the Pirates late in that game against Long Beach to help preserve the 4-point win. Can they stand up here on a 3rd and goal? Ropati in the deep eye as Cerritos goes with the jumbo package. Den Hartog in motion. And they go to Ropati on the right side, twisting forward down to the goal line. Touchdown, Falcons. So Ropati with the touchdown run.
Mike, I got a question for you. When you're ready. I've got a new monitor. Yeah. And for my monitor to shut off the menu and all that stuff.
So the Falcons
You know how to do that?
on the big play, the 57-yard completion to Jovan Tucker. Eventually get the 1-yard touchdown run by Ropati, and they take a 6-3 lead. Snap placement down. Rodriguez handles the extra points, and that one is up and good for Cerritos. It's an interesting mix in the kicking game for the Falcons as Petrescu handles the field goal attempts where he's very good. He's 8 of 10. But they bring in Rodriguez to handle the extra points. Evidently, they don't want to tire out Petrescu, who also does the punting for the Falcons. 7-3 midway through the first quarter.
We can do it later. I'm just asking the questions. This one here.
So Chris Reeves
You can turn it on. Top
back deep along with Chris Atkins. Petrescu's kick is away, and it's Reeves from the 10. Trying to get the far side, and Reeves with some running room out to the 30. Stiff arms a man at the 35. Run out of bounds past the 40. Another good return for Chris Reeves, who's averaging over 40 yards per kick return on the season. Manning finally able to run Reeves out of bounds, But the return is 31 yards, and it takes it out to the 41-yard line. Ventura will have very good field position, but they trail with 7:29 to go in the first quarter. Jaden Vargas in the backfield. Pirates come out with 3 wide receivers to the near side. Wearing the gray jerseys tonight. Pirates back in the Beach Bowl. Last hosted the Beach Bowl in 2015 in a victory over Orange Coast College, as Vargas is tripped up at the 46. Smith with the stop. 5-yard run for Vargas brings up a 2nd down and 5 from the 46-yard line. Well, these two teams both average up over 37 points a game, so expect to see the scoreboard move in this one. Jacob Carbajal with the reception. Carbajal not used too much so far this season in the passing game, but he makes the catch there, moves it to the 45 of Cerritos. Vaughn shakes and bakes in the backfield, and he's out to the 39-yard line. A terrific job by Vaughn, turning about a 3-yard loss into a 6-yard gain, and a 2nd down and 4 for Ventura. Pirates quickly to the line. Flags are down. Maldonado starts to scramble in some trouble, and he is brought down by Ahumibe. Falcons came in with a team with 30 sacks on the season, so they can get after the quarterback. And the Pirates, who've been very good protecting the quarterback all season long, did allow 4 sacks last week against Long Beach City College, who also has a vaunted pass rush. It all goes for naught, as there is a flag against Cerritos. The Pirates will take the penalty and come away with a 1st down. And they'll move it to the 34-yard line of Cerritos, where it'll be 1st and 10. Snap to Maldonado. Vargas shedding tackles at the line. He's into the Falcons secondary. Down to the 29-yard line, very close to a 1st down. This will come down to the spot. DeMario King eventually with the tackle on Vargas. It was good hard running by Jaden Vargas, as he ran out of a couple of arm tackles and picks up 10 yards and a 1st down. Falcons showing blitz. Now they will drop off. Maldonado content to take some time. He's got plenty of time on the play clock. It's at 11. Now has the snap. Straight drop, good protection. He pop flies the far side, looking in the end zone. He was going back to Carbajal, who was working against Smith, Darren Smith, in one-on-one coverage, and Carbajal couldn't get the separation. 2nd down and 10.
COC and Saddleback are tied up, 7-7.
7-7, COC and Saddleback. We have that game for you as well on SoCal College Sports. Second meeting of the season between those two teams, met back on opening night, and it was an impressive win for Saddleback at College of the Canyons. But I'll tell you, Michael, I'll tell you what's more impressive is if they could go there and beat College of the Canyons twice in Santa Clarita, and that's what they're trying to do tonight. 3rd down and 7 after a 3-yard run.
7-0 Riverside.
Riverside's grabbed an early lead on Mount Sac. 7-0. Can anybody stop the Tigers this season? Blitz coming, good protection. Maldonado going to tuck it and run. He breaks the tackle at the 20 and falls forward to the 16-yard line. Gain of 5. Andre Miller with the stop for Cerritos. Anthony Miller. Able to bring up Maldonado a couple of yards short of 1st down yardage, and on a 4th and 2, Steve Mushagian's going to line up and go for the field goal here as he sends Arroyo out for what would be a 33-yard field goal. Well, I think some of this is the confidence you feel when your kicker is 18 of 23 on field goals on the season. Make it 19 of 24 as Arroyo continues to lengthen his lead in field goals made in the SCFA this season. He's got 2 tonight. Pirates back within a point, 7-6 with 4:20 to go. Here in the opening period, it's the Beach Bowl on SoCalCollegeSports.com, brought to you by Joe Cap Real Estate. All right, good. Kick into the end zone for a touchback. So the Falcons will start from the 25. They scored on their last drive. A 1-yard touchdown run by Hinckley Rapati. And it's 1st and 10 from the 25. 4:20 to go in the opening period. Falcons gave the Pirates a little taste of their own medicine with the halfback option, the double reverse, and then the pass to Jovan Tucker earlier in this first quarter. 57 yards, and the Pirates have gone to the trick play quite a bit this season, more than I remember in recent years. They keep it on the ground on first down. Rapati picks his way forward for a solid gain, a gain of 7 yards. Out to the 32 before Jalen Cooper wraps him up. And a 2nd down and 3. Dual setbacks. Receivers left and right on 2nd and 3 for McMahon. Rapati circles to the left. He's got room. He's got the first down and more. Out to the 47-yard line. The 42-yard line. It's a 10-yard run for Rapati and another first down for the Falcons. And the Falcons with a quick 3-and-out on their first drive, but a lengthier drive on the second drive that resulted in a touchdown, and now they immediately move the chains on their third drive. Rapati remains in the backfield, bunch formation for Cerritos on 1st and 10. Snap to McMahon, under pressure, stepping up, sheds 1 tackle, sheds 2, has a man open on the far side, complete into Pirate territory, down to the 35, and finally brought down at the 33. It's Rapati out of the backfield. Anusium finally with the tackle, but this is all about TJ McMahon and his ability to keep the play alive, able to sidestep a couple of would-be Pirate tacklers. And the ball ends up at the Ventura 28-yard line. That's a gain of 30 yards. Another big play for Cerritos. 3 wide receivers. Snap to McMahon. Rapati getting a lot of work. He is cut down after a gain of 4. Callaway moving up for the stop. And a 2nd down and 6 coming up. And now the Falcons will switch up the backs and come back with Jacoby Hardy. Hardy, a playmaker out of the backfield, averaging up over 6 yards a carry on the season. They send a man in motion, overload the near side, play action. McMahon going to tuck it and run, circles to his left. He's got the first down, and he heads out of bounds at the 15. 9-yard run for TJ McMahon. Navarro eventually forced him out of bounds, but it's another solid drive for Cerritos. And this is a team quite used to coming here to Ventura. As we said at the top, these two teams, division rivals for a number of years before the Falcons moved to the Central. Tucker in motion. McMahon straight drop, looking over the middle, looking for Tucker, and Tucker's got the touchdown. Well, this is a bullet from T.J. McMahon. Touchdown run on the previous drive by Rapati, and now the Falcons strike through the air as McMahon finds Tucker for the touchdown, and with 1:13 to go in the first quarter, it's Cerritos jumping out to an 8-point lead as Rodriguez puts the extra point through. Joined by the Mike Cepeda, who's had every bit as busy a day as I have here today. We were down in Huntington Beach for the 3C2A Water Polo Championships, and it was a lot of drama, and then it's on the road, up the 101, and here to Ventura. Yeah, well, I'm used to, I have always found the 101 to be the bigger nightmare, but I know your mileage may vary, as it were. Depends. I have the cold sweats thinking about the 101 living up there in the north of the Hollywood in the hills. They're off the 101, and it's pretty terrible, Mike. I won't lie to you. Kickoff taken at the 5. Reeves trying to gain the corner. He does. He's out to the 25 and runs out of bounds near the 30. Well, they're going to say he stepped out back at the 24. So a 19-yard return. So Ventura with 1:04 to go in the first quarter. Come back out, and they're trailing this one by 8. Read option on first down, and a great job moving up. Darren Smith able to wrap up Maldonado and save a good 10 or 15 yards with that tackle. It's a gain of a yard. Second and 9 for Ventura, and that pass nearly intercepted by Ballard. And dare I say, on the screen attempt to Vaughn, should have been intercepted by Travion Ballard. You don't often see a guy overrun an interception opportunity, but Ballard was so on that play that he actually got past the ball and had to reach back. That may have saved the Pirates. 3rd and 9. Maldonado drops under pressure, rolling right, guns to far sideline, and the pass incomplete. Falcons will start this drive from the 34-yard line, looking to extend on an 8-point lead. And they come out with dual setbacks on 1st and 10. Snap to McMahon. Good running room for Hardy on the near side. He's around the corner before he is whipped down at midfield after a run of 16 yards. Anusium with the tackle. And yeah, I think Anusium is saved from the flag there by the fact that he had enough of an angle that the tackle was more from the side. I think if he reaches from behind there, I think he's going to pick up the penalty. Just a good hard tackle from Anusium, but the Falcons will take the 16 yards, and when the second quarter begins, they will have a 1st and 10 at midfield. They already lead it 14-6. You are watching the Beach Bowl, brought to you by Joe Camp Real Estate.
You gotta take yourself down? Just use that. Correct. It's fine. Or you just do that.
Back deep, ball spotted at their own 10-yard line, so they'll have to go 90 yards to try and at least tie this game up. As Nolan in the shotgun will keep himself, rolls out towards his right, will tuck it and run, stays on his feet and spins, and it's finally brought down. Ike was the first man to get contact, and a good job just to hold on to him and make sure you could get some guys over to help out and get him down to the ground.
Well, again, a compliment to Nolan. You're going to see the Cougars actually kind of had this sniffed out. You saw the contain. Seymour didn't bite. He kind of bounced it outside, and then Ike there to finish it off. But
inside, this time they give to John.
1st and 10 for Cerritos. And they're looking deep on 1st down. Am I up? Okay. And flags are down on the deep pass for the Falcons as they were looking for Bailey Torres, who was working one-on-one on the near side against Anusium. And the pass interference call is going to give Cerritos 15 yards and a 1st down.
yeah, it's tough because Ventura, in coverage, you don't get your head turned around. And that's going to draw the flag pretty much every time.
So after the penalty, another 1st down for Cerritos. And they go back to work at the Pirate 35-yard line. They send Hardy in motion, misdirection. It's Odom running to the near side. He's got the 1st down and more. Flags come in late. And this may be against the Falcons for a hold downfield.
Yeah.
As Carl Odom rips off another good gain on the ground for Cerritos, but this may be coming back in part or in full. And I think it's Brandon Jones downfield who got caught for a hold. And this is going to bring it back to the 40, where it'll be 1st down and 15 as they go from the spot of the foul. So the Pirates catch a break, and they need one. 14:39 remaining in the 1st half. Hardy in the backfield along with Odom. Now they send Hardy in motion. McMahon, short drop, screens it out to Hardy. Hardy running through a couple of tacklers. He's down to the 30. Gain of 10 yards. He's just tripped up. It was Calvin Williams who just got a handout and saved the Pirates about 10 or 15 yards of field position. A 2nd and 5 after the 10-yard gain. McMahon with trouble with the snap. He is hit for a huge loss back at the 46-yard line. It was Jeremiah Nunnery coming on the blitz, and McMahon just having to try and corral that football. They'll spot it at the 43, which is a break for Cerritos, a 13-yard loss on the play. And Nunnery has been a sure tackler all season. Right on top of McMahon, wraps him up. Back at the 43. Pirates might get out of this yet. 3rd down and 18. Straight drop. They set up the screen. Odom with a couple of blockers in front. He's at the 30, 25, 20. One man to beat. 15, 10, and run out of bounds. 33 yards. 3rd and 18. And that is well designed and well executed. They get Odom in space, couple of blockers in front of him, and he does a great job reading the blocks, and the Falcons are back in the red zone where they're 2 for 2 tonight with a couple of touchdowns.
Wants to bring down that guy. It's a massive body in space.
1st and goal from the 10, and the Pirates have to collect themselves and get back to it. They're already down 8 points. 1st down carry for Ropati, cutting back to the right before he is hit by a couple of Pirates at the 5-yard line. Freeman eventually with the stop on Ropati after a gain of 6. In the first quarter, McMahon was 3 of 5 for 52 yards and a touchdown. But the leading passer for Cerritos, C.J. Parks, 57-yard completion to Jovan Tucker on the trick play. McMahon's past him now, though. Quick pitch to Ropati trying to get the edge at the pylon in for a touchdown. 2nd rushing touchdown for Ropati tonight. And the Falcons have stormed back in this one after the Pirates took their first drive down for a field goal, grabbed a 3-0 lead. Since that point, Cerritos has had the ball 3 times, and they've scored 3 touchdowns. And they lead it 21-6. Up and good. 11:39 to go. And Cerritos with a 21-6 lead. You're watching the Beach Bowl on SoCalCollegeSports.com, brought to you by Joe Cap Real Estate. Adkins and Reeves waiting deep for the Pirates. The approach and the kick away. Taken at the 5. Adkins out to the 16 and hit and dropped after a return of 12 yards. They'll spot it at the 17. Well, sometimes it is hard to come back after an emotional win, and the Pirates certainly had one last week, going to Long Beach, beating the Vikings, knocking them out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
And they have come out here and, to borrow a term that we sometimes get from Steve Mushagian when the team gets off to a little bit of a slow start, not sure they've gotten off the bus. And they're at a home game, but not sure they pulled out of their driveway just yet. Flags are down, free play possibly for Maldonado. He takes a shot down the field, and it's incomplete.
It's going to be encroachment.
So Carbajal, the intended target, going against Smith, but the flag against Cerritos is going to give 5 yards to the Pirates. It'll be 1st and 5 from the 22.
Meanwhile, touchdown in Santa Clarita. The Gauchos have just tied it up pending an extra point.
Pirates keep it on the ground on 1st and 5. And a host of Falcon tacklers quickly on top of Vargas. Logan Applewhite leads the charge for Cerritos, and Applewhite, an explosive rusher from his defensive end position. He has 9 sacks on the season. Much like DeAnthony Jones last week, a stand-up rusher most of the time is Applewhite. Maldonado rolls right, guns and completes, finding Moraga out to the 37-yard line for a gain of 14 yards. Darren Smith, who's been all over the field in his first half for Cerritos with the stop on Moraga. 3rd catch for Moraga tonight, establishing a season high already. Vargas stiff arms a man down the near sideline. Inside the 25, finally run down by Michael Allen Reddy. But Vargas picking up 38 yards on the run. Wants to get back over 100 yards before this season's over. He went 140 plus for a couple of weeks. Last week they held him to 86, and Vargas wants to get it going again. And that was a broken tackle. And then Vargas finds running room down the near sideline. And the Pirates are in business in Falcon territory. Maldonado guns it over the middle. Moraga, the intended target, and the pass incomplete. Good coverage by Cameron Minor on Moraga. And it's 2nd and 10.
Good response from the Pirates here after the 3rd score, running it down the field.
Vargas in the backfield with Maldonado. And Vargas gets the carry on the counter. Good hard running, bouncing off tacklers. He's inside the 20. Excuse me, that was Wick giving Vargas a blow, and he's down to the 16. Good hard running from Chuck Wick, an 8-yard gain. And it brings up a 3rd down and 2. Big play for the Pirates, who are down by 15. They're thinking 6 here, not 3. Pirates have been in the red zone twice. They got 2 field goals to show for it. And that's been the difference so far. Cerritos with 3 trips into the red zone and 3 touchdowns. They go to the ground on 3rd and 2. Off tackle on the right side, and Wick spinning out of a tackle. Down to the 18-yard line. Appears to have just enough for a 1st down. They'll spot it. Let me correct that, down to the 13-yard line. 1st and 10. Vargas returns in the backfield, replacing Wick. 4 wide receivers for the Pirates. Maldonado gives to Vargas, trying to run out of a tackle, but he is going to be wrapped up behind the line.
That's tough because on that play, you see Maldonado just not a very clean handoff to Vargas. In fact, I think he wanted to trust his gut and maybe take it on the RPO, but instead he gives it off to Vargas in the defense right there.
2-yard loss as Dolphin brings Vargas down behind the line, and it'll be 2nd and 12 from the 14. Play action. Maldonado with all kinds of time. Now starts to roll right. Throws into the end zone, and the pass incomplete. Looking for Reeves. So a 3rd down and 12 from the 14. Pirates face a 3rd and long. And Maldonado comes out with receivers left and right. Now timeout taken. Well, false start.
Near
a little wishful thinking there for Pirate fans that maybe that was a false start.
No,
or rather a timeout, not a false start.
Near side wide receiver jumped off.
So a 3rd down and 17 now from the 19-yard line. Snap to Maldonado, 4-man rush, good protection. Maldonado overthrows his target, nearly picked off. Boy, I'll tell you, the Falcons have had their hands on a couple of possible interceptions here. And this one just overshoots Gaitan. Omario Kiki had his mitts on it.
Stoy, what's the saying?
That's why they play defense? Arroyo's had a busy night. Puts it through a 36-yard field goal. He had 3 field goals last week in the win. He's got 3 more tonight. He's up to 20 on the season. 21-9. Ventura trailing by 12. It's the Beach Bowl from Ventura here on SoCalCollegeSports.com, brought to you by Joe Cap Real Estate.
No, you sound great. God, the audio quality in this thing, really good. I don't know what it is, but even with the condenser on, it just doesn't sound as clean. I mean, it sounds pro. Sounds better than like on the radio. I was listening to the games today on the way up because I had some time. I know, right? I don't have any music right now. I'm coming up in a sec. You good?
Okay, whenever you're ready. Falcons will get it back. They lead it 21-9 after the Arroyo field goal, and right now it's touchdowns and field goals, and which one would you rather have? And Falcons have the 12-point lead. A couple of touchdown rushes for Ropati tonight. He's up to 9 on the season. The 2 touchdown runs. McMahon, a touchdown pass to Jovan Tucker for the other Falcon touchdown. And here they come, extending on the lead. Well, the Pirate defense had the pressure on them really for the last 30 minutes, I would say, of that game entirely to try and maintain that lead, and indeed they did, and they come out on this drive, and they need to stop. You can't let the Falcons run away and hide. This is a team that averages up over 37 points a game, so they can put points on the board. Odom dragging tacklers for a gain of a couple. Out to the 29, Cooper with the stop. 4-yard run for Odom.
Meanwhile, score update in Santa Clarita as the Cougars just took the lead on a field goal by Tanner Brown, 16-13 there in the second quarter.
Well, we saw some close ones today at the Water Polo Championships, and I get a feeling that one's going to be a close one into the fourth quarter. I don't think anybody's going to run away and hide. 2nd down and 6. McMahon with a straight drop, steps up, takes a big hit as he throws that football. The pass incomplete.
Well, last week we had a heavyweight matchup in the South with Riverside just throttling Saddleback in Mission Viejo. Got a couple heavyweights tonight. Deontay Wilder and I believe it's Ortiz. Is that right?
It is. Yes, Ortiz indeed. Not Victor Ortiz, Luis Ortiz.
Luis Ortiz.
That's right.
So, yeah, it was RCC playing the role of Deontay Wilder right hand last week. And they're going up against Mount Sac. Last we checked, 7-0 in Riverside.
3rd
RCC
down
on top.
and 6. Empty backfield for McMahon. Owens coming off the edge, but McMahon gets it away and completes near the 1st down marker as he finds Tucker. And it looks by the spot like the Falcons are going to move the chains.
Yep.
So the 7-yard gain gives them a 1st down. And the Falcons will take some time, under 7 minutes to go in this first half. Falcons among the better teams in the SCFA, converting 3rd downs 42% on the season. That was a big one there on a 3rd and 6. Play action and a completion to Parks. Parks has 1st down yardage out near midfield. They'll spot it at midfield. 14-yard run for Parks, or I should say 14-yard reception for C.J. Parks, the leading receiver on the season. For Cerritos coming in with 57 catches and 9 touchdowns. Williams eventually forcing Parks out of bounds. First and 10, the football resting on the Cerritos 49-yard line. Down to 6:12 and counting. McMahon, straight drop, has time, throws over the middle behind his intended target, looking for his tight end, Haywood. And the pass incomplete.
Any relation to Clue?
He's not leading the league in most major offensive categories.
Not yet.
But other than that, might be. Second down and 10. Three wide receivers for the Falcons on second and long. Pirates showing blitz. Here they come. Sweeping to the near side, it's Ropati around the edge. Ropati into the secondary, tries to spin out of a tackle, but he's all the way down to the 20-yard line. Calvin Williams eventually able to trip up Ropati, but that is a run of 32 yards for Ropati. And the Falcons are running all over the Pirates, and I made the point last week the Pirates were very good against the run against Long Beach. But the Falcons have come here and really dominated on the ground.
I feel it's going to be a little loud in the locker room at halftime of the Pirates.
Bunch formation on first and 10. Falcons back in the red zone. McMahon with all day throwing into the end zone, Parks, the intended receiver, but the pass incomplete.
Don't know if that was a catchable ball, to be honest.
Yeah, looked like Parks maybe trying to draw a flag there if he can. Anusium had the coverage, and Parks, wily, trying to throw his hands up, hit the turf. Never know, you might get a call. But the officials not going for that one in a second and 10 coming up for Cerritos. Falcons will bunch it up again on second and long. Hardy in motion, quick pitch to Hardy around the edge and run out of bounds after a gain of 4 yards down to the 15. Corey Owens able to run him out of bounds, and a big third down coming up, a 3rd and 6. Falcons have been good on third down tonight. Just converted earlier in this drive on a 3rd and 6, and they face a 3rd and 6 here from the 15. Odom in the backfield. And he gets the call straight ahead, lowers the shoulder down to the 10, pushing the pile, and it looks like he's got enough for the first down.
Pirates have no answer for Odom right now, and this offensive line really having their way in the trenches.
He gets down to the 8. That's an 8-yard run on 3rd and 6. And good hard running by Odom. McMahon wants to move quickly. Down to 4:19 remaining in the first half, but Pirate defense on their heels. Keeping on the ground, Odom off tackle on the left side, cut down after a gain of a yard. Cooper moving up for the stop. Second down and goal from the 7. Well, the Falcons have 26 rushing touchdowns as a team on the season, 2 more tonight, but it's not as though you can really go to sleep on McMahon, who has 23 touchdowns through the air.
Indeed.
He's got Tucker and Parks split out to the far side. Brandon Jones solo to the left. As the snap, play action, designed roll. McMahon stepping up, throws to the back of the end zone, incomplete. He was going back to Haywood. The pass incomplete. 3rd down and goal. Now receiving touchdowns this season, you got Parks with 9. Tucker with a touchdown catch already tonight has 7. So a lot of options Hardy on with Ropati. They send Ropati in motion on 3rd and goal. They go to Hardy. Hardy slips out of a tackle behind the line, slips another tackle, but he's not going to get past the 3rd wave. Taken down at the 5. A gain of a couple. Anusium with the tackle. And the Pirate defense holds and at least will bring on Petriescu and a field goal attempt. But the Falcons still with a chance to extend the lead here late in the 2nd quarter.
Saddleback with the touchdown at Canyons, now having taken the lead. Under 9 to go in the 2nd quarter.
Petrescu's field goal is up and good from 22 yards. Cerritos extends the lead 24-9. It's the Beach Bowl on SoCalCollegeSports.com, brought to you tonight by Joe Cap Real Estate.
Hey, bring yourself up.
So I'm up here, right, though? Okay.
Not a lot of enthusiasm.
2:52 remaining in the first half, and Cerritos now leading it 24-9. Well, the Pirates have been in some close games this season. I don't recall too many times that they trailed big, maybe at Saddleback, but in the loss to College of the Canyons, that was a nip-and-tuck affair throughout, and it was a late surge by the Cougars to win that one. So this is largely unfamiliar territory, maybe one time this season, and the Pirates really been looking up on the scoreboard and trailing somebody, but they've got some work to do. 24-9 with 2:52 remaining in the first half after the touchback. And here comes Maldonado. Chuck Wick in the backfield. 3 wide receivers to the left, and it's Alakai Ewan getting his first series tonight. Gaitan in the backfield. Snap to Ewan. He's going to keep it straight ahead. Out to the 31. 6 yards before Shipton brings him down. Ewan played more of the snaps in the first half of the season as the last few weeks have worn on. It's been more and more Dino Maldonado. Ewan didn't play at all last week, but returns to the lineup here. First throw completes to Farrell, who had it but dropped it, and then took a big hit from Victor Clanton for his trouble. 3rd down and 4. And Mark Farrell probably should have had that ball, but couldn't find the handle. And so now the Pirates will work on a 3rd down and 4 from the 31. Ewan with receivers left and right. See if they get Ewan in space. Short drop, steps up, finds Farrell. Farrell with a move at midfield. He's at the 45-40 and run out of bounds near the 35 by Clanton. Great throw from Ewan, finding Farrell, who immediately redeems himself with a catch and a move. And there you get a look as he brings it in, and then the move, sidestepping a tackler. 34 yards and a first down for Ventura at the Cerritos 35. They fake to Gaitan, and it's Ewan on the keeper, but it's well diagnosed, and Ewan forced out of bounds by Clanton. No gain on the play. Clanton really forced that play outside. Ewan no choice but to run out of bounds. 2nd down and 11 after a loss of a yard. Play clock at 6 as Ewan still looking. And now they got to hurry. And Cerritos has to burn a timeout. That is their first charge timeout, 1:44 to go in the first half. 24-9 Cerritos. It's the Beach Bowl on SoCalCollegeSports.com.
The run as Dunn stays in as the feature back.
We bring you live coverage of Saddleback
Receivers split out to each side.
at Canyons.
Will keep on an RPO, throws, pass, caught by Henderson. He stops up at the 30 with a sweet move and is able to pick up 3 extra yards after it. Shook Lance Tianco out of his boots and gets an extra couple of yards for a Cougar first down.
And here we go, a couple back-to-back plays. Nothing is lost. You got the whole playbook at your disposal. And again, going back to Henderson, this is a guy that's going to make his mark on the game. Just keep giving him the ball.
They keep on an RPO again, and they throw it again out to Henderson. Same exact play. That time he fights off a man and gets to the 15.
Second down and 11 from the 36. Ewan back on with Gaitan in the backfield. Ewan with the snap, screens it out to Gaitan. Gaitan lowers the shoulder. He's inside the 30, down to the 28-yard line. That's a gain of 8. Brought down by Ballard. A third down and 3 for the Pirates now from the 28. Quick snap, Gaitan straight up the middle. Second effort, he got down to the 26. That's a gain of a couple of yards. Shipton with the stop. And it's 4th down and 1 from the 26. The Pirates going to line up to go for it. Ewan over his right guard, ducks under a tackle from Valele and picks up a couple, moves the chains down to 1:04 remaining in the first half. They'll wind the clock. The Pirates still have 2 timeouts.
Jeffrey, back and forth they go. In Santa Clarita, Cougars have just scored another touchdown.
To take the lead. Ewan has a man, complete touchdown, Pirates.
Touchdowns everywhere.
He finds Chris Atkins, and that looked like it might have been a blown coverage. Let's watch again here as Atkins, and just no help over the top. And yeah, somebody I think is supposed to be there, but the only person there, Pirate fans, is Chris Atkins. And he makes the catch for the touchdown. So Ewan, that's a welcome sight for Pirate fans. Ewan, who's played so well all season long, but fallen into the background a little bit. Maldonado's been so good leading this offense as well. And Ewan splitting time, but getting an opportunity here and really picking up the Pirates with this touchdown drive. They'll bring on Arroyo for the extra point. And with 46 seconds remaining in this first half, the Pirates are back within 1 score if Arroyo can put it through. Placement down and the kick is blocked. Falcons will try to mount a return, but so much for the 1-score game. Arroyo's extra point blocked by the Falcons, and it's 24-15 with 46 seconds remaining. Yeah, I did say, Mike, there that it would be a 1-score game if Arroyo had the extra point. I did not get ahead of myself on that one.
That was well done, my friend.
Right. So the Pirates come up with the touchdown as Ewan finds Atkins. But the missed extra point leaves it at 24-15. Falcons will get it back 46 seconds, and they do have all 3 timeouts.
Give you a live look in once again. Saddleback Canyons.
Also on SoCalCollegeSports.com tonight.
And we will continue to do so throughout the evening.
Well, I'm happy to hear that. Short kick taken at the 19-yard line. This is Brandon Jones out to the 30, still on his feet. Now they wrap him up as he loses yardage back to the 26. 38 seconds remaining. And see how the Falcons want to play it. They've got the 9-point lead. Yeast with the tackle on the return for Ventura. And here come the Falcons. Ropati in the backfield. McMahon working from the shotgun. Snap to McMahon. They keep it on the ground. Big hole for Odom into the Pirates secondary again. Out to the 45-yard line. 19 yards. And, well, you don't really have to take a lot of risks offensively when you can break off chunk gains by just handing the ball off.
It's been a first half of chunk plays for Cerritos. And Ventura's really got to look at what kind of effort are they giving on the defensive side of the football, because their tackling is a little suspect right now.
Still 19 seconds as they wind the clock. McMahon steps up, completes to Parks, who will head out of bounds at the 46. I gotta tell you, Mike, I'm a little surprised after the 19-yard gain that Cerritos would not elect to take one of 3 timeouts that they still have and then put the ball in the air to Parks, who heads out of bounds. They're down to 12 seconds. So now the options really become limited, and you still got 3 timeouts on the board.
I think at the same time, I don't know if they wanted to leave any time on the clock should they not score here.
McMahon with a straight drop, looking left, good protection, completes.
Might see a
back
timeout
to
now.
Parks to the 40-yard line. It's good enough for a first down. We do have a flag down. And the holding call against Cerritos. So the Pirates are going to take that penalty, and that'll do it for the scoring threat such as it was for Cerritos. So the Pirates are going to decline the penalty. Well, that's the announcement. And now Steve Mushagian's over on the sideline trying to get their attention, and we'll see what they do.
Well, if he accepts it, well, it shouldn't be a 10-second runoff.
Well, now they got to come over and give an explanation. Right now, the clock is at 5 seconds.
Put the ball down, the clock should start.
And Art making the point that when they put the ball down, the clock should start. I think no matter what happens here, the Falcons are really just going to let the time run out. If you take the penalty, they're not going to run another play at this point. So Ventura is going to take the penalty. And coming up at the half, we'll give you a live look in again at Canyons and Saddleback. Take a look at some of the first half highlights as well. It's been an entertaining first 30 minutes, 24-15. Well, maybe except for the last about 15 seconds here. Trying to figure out what we're going to do. The Falcons have it at the 43-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 12. And they should wind the clock. And I think this is just going to be.
They won't wind the clock because they had a timeout on the snap of the ball.
So Cerritos evidently chose this time to take a timeout with 5 seconds remaining. So one final play in this first half as the Pirates drop deep. Pressure. They set up the screen up the middle. Ropati into Pirate territory, but he's going to be brought down at the 35 as the clock runs out, 22 yards. But the Falcons run out of time, and we head to halftime at the Beach Bowl with Ventura trailing Cerritos 24-15. Tonight's broadcast being brought to you by Joe Cap Real Estate.
And another live look in at Saddleback Canyons SCFA playoff round number 1.
In the backfield, I think a smart timeout.
Well, and on the other side, the Gauchos now, you think back. Had they taken the PAT, You're down by 3. This is probably an easy decision to make a field goal. But with the situation as it is now, down 4, didn't work out the last time around, so kind of forced to go with it. Now I'm sure they're confident with Nolan out there, the success that he's had, the different types of play calls that you can call for that young man. But Cougars, like you said, want to make sure everyone's on the same page, try and get off the field here. This could be a big point in the game.
And they're right about the edge of the range for Matthew Freem. He hasn't hit one outside of 40 this year. So you're talking about right in that spot, maybe kicking right about a 39, 40-yarder.
I mean, totally understand you've got a weapon like
Shotgun will hand off to Dunn. He plunges through the line of scrimmage and fights ahead for 4, maybe 5 yards. He's slow to get up. I think he's all right. Maybe just trying to, oh, looks like it's his left shoulder, so he's going to have to come off for at least a play. That's not a good sign. Happy to have him out there.
through the air, and that's exactly what he did there. Touchdown, Caden Dunn. Nice job, Armani Eden, finding him there. And now the Cougars up by 10. We're going to see what we do here. Under a minute to go here in the second quarter.
Second receiving touchdown of the day from Caden Dunn. We saw that play work a couple of times against Long Beach last time we were here, and that time Dunn, behind the defender, has the matchup against the linebacker and just runs right by him.
Sure hands, just goes up the seam, and Eden finds him. Great job.
So point after touch pending. There's Brown back to kick, Richardson the holder. Snap is down, kick is up, and it is through. So the Cougars now a 30-19 lead over Saddleback, an 11-point advantage. They get the touchdown they wanted. They punch it in for 6 at the end. And leave the Gauchos 57 seconds here before the close of the first half. But a good drive once again, Jesse, from the Cougars. Very efficient, ran the ball when they needed to, and got the big play on a throw.
Yeah, way to capitalize that, way to go in. You know, if that's your last possession of the half, you executed brilliantly. Matt, I think the most important thing, again, is that missing that looming PAT. Now you're up by 11. That's a 2-possession game. You got to get the 2 points, the touchdown, and another field goal. So Canyons continues to extend that gap a little bit. And mark my words, that's gonna hang heavy here in the second half. If this game goes as it has been, back and forth contest, 2 teams just basically taking turns scoring. But so far, Canyons on the right side of that scenario.
6-play, 77-yard drive, 2 minutes and 14 seconds off the clock, ending in a 47-yard touchdown catch and run from Armani Eden to Caden Dunn. And the Cougars, as you said, with an 11-point lead, as Brown will set to kick this one away. Poma and Jefferson standing right about the 10 and the 5-yard line, respectively. As Brown will walk ahead and boots this one short. They go after Poma once again. He'll take it at the 2-yard line and bring it out from there. Inside the numbers was hit and then wrapped up by 4 Cougars inside the 20. He's brought down at about the 17, maybe 18-yard line. Good job from the special teams unit once again.
Special teams been having a huge role in this game. But Matt, right now, 51 seconds. It is imperative you buckle down. Do not let Chance Nolan get that big play that he's been prone to do all season and a couple times here tonight. I don't think you want to give him too much. I wouldn't advise being in a cushion or a prevent necessarily, because he'll take off and burn you with his legs too, but you cannot let them score here.
As they go 5 wide here to open up this drive. Poma split out to the near side, well behind a couple of receivers. Nolan gonna throw, pass is caught, and he's brought down right at the 20-yard line. They spot him at the 22 with forward progress. I believe the pass was caught by, I actually can't see who it is on the outside, so we'll skip it as they go in hurry up here. Nolan wants to spin away from pressure, has to get the ball off, but the Cougars get him in the backfield for a sack. Great pursuit from COC as they're able to bring him down in the backfield, and I want to say it was,
I think that was going to be Bradley
Brown. Yeah, that's where I was going to go.
His buddy Ben Seymour met him at the quarterback, so a great job here. And way to just finish the play. You're going to see Seymour finish him off up top.
And Brown just never gave up on the play at all, so it'll be 3rd down and 11 here.
They're not going to get the play off.
They're going to, no, you're right, they're not going to get the play off. The clock ticks down to 0. Sorry, looking up at the clock. And the Cougars are going to take a 30-19 lead into the locker room at half. They're going to get the ball back out of halftime. We'll take a break here on SoCal.
we're talking about for rushing yards here in the first half. Just 125 yards. 6.6 yards a carry. I didn't realize how dependent I'd gotten on, like, dropping stats in, like, during the game. Like, I was looking, I'm like, no notebook. I'm like, man, I got nothing. It's like a good time filler. I wish I could keep, like, stats, like, you know, while I was calling the game, but I can't. I could do it in basketball. This page I don't really need. Okay. Let's see. Total yards is 331 for Cerritos.
360 yards total for the game versus Long Beach. I want to bring up that stat.
I say do it, man. Well, do it, man. We love that. Not quite as much as we love that. Ellis DeWall.
Wow.
You gonna leave it up there? Look at how that looks up there on the left. Might not be bad.
I can move it.
I can hear Jimmy.
All right,
Man, Moraga had an unbelievable catch in the first quarter.
Really?
So it was like just one-handed, just like boom, like up, 20 yards downfield. He catches like I was like, wow, yeah, he's pretty good. I can see why they like him. If this second half is like the ELAC second half, I may cry a little.
If what?
If this second half is like the ELAC second half that took like 4.5 hours.
Wow. Is that right?
Oh, God. It was brutal. ELAC had like 30 penalties in the game. I mean, it's not an exaggeration. It just took forever. The ELAC second half, remember that?
Live on you in 3, 2, 1.
Start of the second half. Start of the second half from the VC Sportsplex, 24-15. Cerritos with the lead over Ventura. The 2019 Beach Bowl brought to you by Joe Cap Real Estate. Serving Ventura and Santa Barbara counties since 1975.
Well, Jeff, you had some interesting stats in that first half, and it looked pretty good for Cerritos.
331 total yards, averaged 6.6 yards per carry, did the Falcons.
Well, to put that number in perspective, you go back a week ago in the win at Long Beach. For the entire game, the Vikings only had 360 yards. So, Ventura, for whatever reason, just not engaged early on, seemed to get some momentum at the end of the first half, and they were able to close the gap, but they still trail it by 9-2 score ball game.
Yeah, they won the toss and deferred, so they'll have the ball first, and we'll see if it's Ewan or Maldonado coming back out, and it's Dino Maldonado. Maldonado 7 of 14 for 73 yards in the first half. Last week, for the first time on the season, Maldonado was held without a touchdown pass, but the Pirates got the big win at Long Beach anyway, 30-26, so Maldonado's working on a stretch now of 6+ quarters without a touchdown pass. Big hole on the left side. Vargas with running room. He's out near the first down marker and appears to have it. Out to the 36-yard line. Vargas in the first half. 8 carries for 70 yards. The big one, a 38-yard run. But Vargas well on his way to that 100-yard mark. He already has a couple of 100-yard rushing performances on the season. Vargas is an exciting back, and he's the kind of guy that looks like he's got the ability to continue his career. 8 touchdowns in just over 100 yards, or just over 100 carries. But the one problem sign with Vargas is 7 fumbles. Meanwhile, Maldonado going deep and completes. What a throw by Maldonado down to the 5-yard line. He finds Chris Atkins, the speedster, on the outside. We're going to take a look at the replay. And this is just a dynamite throw by Maldonado. Atkins running the post. There's the speed as he runs through double coverage. And Maldonado, man, you can't drop it in a whole lot better than that.
The laser.
56 yards to the 8-yard line where the Pirates have it. 1st and goal. Screen pass out to Vargas. Picks up a block. Lowers the shoulder. He's down to the 5. Just to finish the point on Jaden Vargas, 7 fumbles in that time. And obviously, I think if Vargas can address that issue, and there's no reason to think that he can't, he's got the kind of guy, the kind of explosiveness that I think there's a role for him to continue his career somewhere. He's got good hands out of the backfield, and he's definitely an electric runner with the football. 2nd down and goal from the 5. Vargas hitting the backfield, sheds the tackle, and gets in for the touchdown.
Looks like it's Ewan.
Well, let's see. They're announcing Vargas, but might have been.
No, that's Vargas.
Yeah, it is Vargas. Okay. I should know that Rick Ruffinelli has it right. When Rick Ruffinelli would get it wrong. Indeed, they hand to Vargas, and he absorbs a big hit behind the line, but spins out of it as if to put an exclamation point on the point that I was making about him. You bet I'm an electric runner. And he sheds the tackle and gets in 9th rushing touchdown on the season. And here come the Pirates. They were trailing 24-9, and now they're back within 3. So we'll see if they line up for the extra point here with Arroyo, who had his last extra point blocked. Arroyo probably leading the world in scoring as the kicker for this high-octane offense, and then you chip in 20 field goals. Is there any chance that Arroyo is not one of the leading scorers in the SCFA? Got to be up over 100 points. I don't know how many guys have that many touchdowns from the skill positions. But anyway, speculation aside, Arroyo's on for the extra point. Plenty of leg on this one, and Arroyo puts it through. 24-22 as the Pirates in 1 minute and 36 seconds take it in for a touchdown to start this second half. 2-point game. It's the Beach Bowl on SoCalCollegeSports.com, brought to you by Joe Cap Real Estate.
We just lost the receiver.
But is it broken?
Okay, hold on.
I know, I'm just moving that because it's kind of a...
I don't think it's broken. I just think.
Check. Am I up?
Now you are.
Pirates set to kick off. And Meskimen angles this one out of bounds, flags down. Given that the Falcons have already taken the fair catch on a couple of kickoffs, you got to believe they're going to take the spot on the kick out of bounds. And things have tightened up here in the Beach Bowl, 24-22. And the Falcons will start from their 35-yard line. McMahon at the controls. Very good in the first half, 10 of 16, 149 yards and a touchdown. He's coming off a 3-touchdown performance against El Camino a week ago. So TJ McMahon playing well of late. And so far, he's doing a pretty good job of going after this Pirate defense, helped by an excellent running game. Gain of a couple on first down as Ropati gets the carry, and he will be replaced immediately as Jacoby Hardy checks in. Check that. Carl Odom in the backfield. 2nd down and 8. And the Falcons again will bunch it up on 2nd and long. Pirates crowding the line defensively. McMahon has the snap. They give to Odom, sweeping to the near side, tries to cut it back. He'll be lucky to gain a yard, maybe 2. Pirates flying to the football. Nunnery among the first to get there, getting a little help from Anusium. Anusium, Jalen Cooper in that secondary. They're so aggressive coming up to play the run, and I wonder how much of that they get from Callaway and his leadership in that secondary. Coming up so aggressively against the run. Obviously, you have to point to the system, but the Pirates secondary as a whole seems to have taken on that personality. Really coming up to play the run aggressively. 3rd down and 5 from the 40. Play action for McMahon, rolling out under pressure. Throws on the run. Parks wide open. This is going to be a Falcon touchdown of 60 yards. I believe there's a flag down at the 45-yard line of Cerritos. I don't know if I see something, but they are going to huddle up. Let's watch the replay. That's a good job by McMahon. Throws on the run, and boy, Parks entirely too open. That would be the 10th touchdown of the season for Parks if it stands up. But we do have a flag down at the 45-yard line.
They're walking it back. Or not.
So the flag is against the Pirates. In fact, there's 2 flags against the Pirates. A personal foul, roughing the passer call, and that'll be assessed on the kickoff. So the news goes from bad to worse for the Pirates as McMahon has his 2nd touchdown pass of the night, finding C.J. Parks for 60 yards. And now it's 30-22, and Rodriguez on to attempt the extra point. This will move it back to a 2-score game. Well, with a hold in the defensive backfield, roughing the passer, you got to shake your head that C.J. Parks is still that open.
Certainly didn't get your money's worth.
Rodriguez extra point is good. The Falcons answer back and take a 31-22 lead, 11:52 to go in the 3rd period. You're watching the 2019 Beach Bowl from Ventura, brought to you by Joe Cap Real Estate.
Hey, brother.
I just want to write him like a 1-paragraph opening for baseball.
What?
Just have him bring it on. Just write him like a 1-paragraph opening for baseball.
Done. Prepare to be boarded, brother.
Bringing it up?
Do it. Both of us.
After the 15-yard penalty is assessed, the kickoff will come from the 50. Trescu with the approach, and he'll send this one through the back of the end zone, and the Pirates will start from the 25, trailing it once again by 9. Well, that breaks the 13-0 scoring run for the Pirates as the Falcons answer back thanks to the big play. McMahon to Parks. And with that catch, C.J. Parks now up to 88 yards receiving with a touchdown. And McMahon is up over 200 yards through the air. And we've still got almost 27 minutes of football left. Wick in the backfield. Maldonado with 3 wide receivers to the top of your screen. They give to Wick. Over his right guard, and a solid pickup out to the 32. 7 yards on the gain. Logan Applewhite with the stop. Pirates quickly to the line for a 2nd and 3 play. Looks like they run the same play with Wick, and Wick bounces off a tackler and then with second effort gets near the first down marker. Looked like Shipton got a hit on him initially, but Wick managed to fall forward, as he so often does, and it brings up a big 3rd down and 1 for the Pirates. In the first half, they were just 3 of 8 on 3rd down. And this is a big one here as Vargas returns in the backfield, offset I formation. Snap, and Vargas spinning forward to the 36 for a gain of a couple. Michael Allen ready, gets the stop. 3-yard gain. It was Wick on the carry, and it's Alakai Ewan with another series here at quarterback, not Tino Maldonado. Terrific catch by Farrell into Cerritos territory. Take a look at the replay. Minor with the stop, but watch Farrell go up and get this football. Cerritos going to take a timeout after the 27-yard gain. Ewan to Farrell. 10:21 to go in the third quarter. It's the Beach Bowl on SoCalCollegeSports.com. I think when they have two quarterbacks they're going to play, they should have one have a 1 number and one have a 2-digit number. That would really help. 4 and 6 is it's tough. All right, bring it up, okay?
Yep.
1st and 10 from the 36. Alakai Ewan continuing at the controls. Straight drop blitz coming, screens it out. Wick
Nice move.
makes a little move at the 35, and he's down to the 30 for a gain of 6. Gain of 4. Anthony Shipton with the stop. Second down and 4. And a read option for Ewan dancing in the backfield, and he manages to pick his way forward for a gain of about 3. And it will bring up a 3rd down and 1. And Ewan rejuvenated here in this outing after a struggle the second half of the season. He now has a couple of touchdown passes. It was Ewan who had the beautiful throw before finding Atkins to set up the first touchdown of this second half. And he has the Pirates on the move again. Meanwhile, a Falcon player is down with 9:43 to go in the third quarter. Step aside here at the Beach Bowl from Ventura on SoCalCollegeSports.com.
Orange Bowl. Nice. Hey, where are my chips? How am I supposed to chip? How am I supposed to get chips? They don't have any. 30-19, yeah. Yep.
3rd and 1 for the Pirates from the 27-yard line of Cerritos. Offset I, Vargas. Is that Vargas or Wick?
Vargas.
You got a little bit better eyes than me, Art.
Vargas.
It is Vargas in the backfield, and it's Vargas who gets the call through a good hole. He's got the first down to the 22-yard line for a gain of 5 yards, and another Pirate first down. On the stop, it's DeMario King. They will give Vargas 6 yards on the carry as he approaches 100 on the ground. Ewan Guns and completes down to the 10-yard line inside the 10. And down to the 6. Moraga with another catch. He's got 4 in the game. That's good for 15 yards and another first down. The Pirates want to keep on moving. Ewan quickly to the line. Quick snap. Vargas hit at the 5. Gained perhaps a yard. It was Ahumibi with the stop. And a 2nd and goal for the Pirates as they stay with Vargas in the backfield. 3 wide receivers to the near side. Play action. Ewan tucks it, now throws and completes. Moraga with the touchdown in the back of the end zone. Well, going back to the first conversation that I had with Steve Mushagian this year, one of the first names he mentioned among the new faces for this team was Daniel Moraga, bounced back from Division I, and talked about the potential that this guy has to be a big playmaker in the offense. And he has battled injuries this season, as we've talked about, but late he is starting to get into the fold, and you really have a sense the sensational catch in the first quarter was evidence of it, but he is difficult to cover, and he makes for an inviting target for quarterbacks from all parts of the field. And that time, Ewan double pumped, bought some time, and who flashed open in the back of the end zone? Daniel Moraga. And he makes the catch, and the Pirates back within 2, trying to scale the mountain here in the Beach Bowl. Brought to you by Joe Cap Real Estate. 8:11 to go in the third. And Cerritos leading 31-29. What about Alakai Ewan? 3 touchdown passes in the game. 2 touchdown passes with that one to Moraga. It was a touchdown run by Vargas earlier in this third quarter. But
update from Canyons.
3 scoring drives.
Cougars on special teams. Looks like a run back on special teams. Only 14 seconds have gone by in the third quarter. They deferred. They won the toss. And on special teams, they go up 37-19.
Well, you talk about in any number of sports that we cover, something of a truism in sports. It's hard to beat a good team multiple times in a row. It's hard to beat a good team certainly 2 times in football. How about going on the road and doing it twice? And that's the challenge for Saddleback. And Ted Iacenda has this team ready to play, as he always does. And I think College of the Canyons faced a measure of mortality with that loss to Long Beach and realized they might miss the playoffs. And I think they're kind of playing with house money here. They seem to be ready to play football tonight, and an 18-point lead against Saddleback. That's an impressive performance, and we'll see if they can hold on here in the second half and advance to an SCFA championship game.
Yeah, their path is similar to what we saw in Ventura last year. Remember, Ventura goes down in the regular season at Canyons. I believe that was a Thursday night game. Come back this year, and COC does. You open with the loss versus Saddleback, and now you get them again. You host them because of what happened. Whatever went down the final week of the regular season, Riverside absolutely throttled Saddleback. I don't know if they've recovered from that loss. And you and I were talking off air today and talking about the potential matchup that was this game in Canyons versus Saddleback, and we had an idea as to maybe it could be a situation where Saddleback, much like an undefeated fighter takes his first L on the season or in his career, they're never the same fighter after that. And maybe that's what we're seeing tonight.
Yeah, it is not easy at any level of play to get up. After an emotional loss like that, obviously that's the kind of game you're really looking forward to all season long. You want the challenge of the other top team in the SCFA. You get it on your field. And you get beaten. Now you got to find a way to pick yourself up and get ready to play. And listen, you might be able to get ready to play against most teams in the league, but it just so happens you got to get yourself on the bus, go on the road, and take on one of the best teams. And that's going to be hard for any team to do at any level and find it again. And right now, well, Saddleback better find it in a hurry because they're in the second half and they're down 18 points.
And I know, football obviously a war of attrition. Saddleback with a couple of key players. I believe the top receiver on the team for Saddleback, Cole Harity, done for the year. So It's something where, you try to keep as many guys healthy, you try to make a run, and unfortunately the wheels seemingly coming off towards down the stretch for Saddleback.
Something of a exact opposite of their season a year ago, where they got out to kind of a shaky start and then finished the season as one of the best teams in the SCFA, despite not making the playoffs.
Yeah, they were throttled last year by Mount Sac at home, and then really were just incredible down the stretch, as you alluded to.
Odom dragged down after a gain of a couple of yards. Jarrell Knight coming off the edge for the tackle. Falcons already with a first down on this drive. And now they have it 2nd and 8 in Pirate territory, down to 7:06 and counting remaining in the third quarter. And Riverside, last we heard, in control against Mount San Antonio College in the other SCFA playoff game tonight. 4 wide receivers. McMahon with the snap. Play action rolling out. Steps up and completes on the far side down to the 30. I'm going to say that Parks came down but not in bounds. It's 3rd down and 8. So a 3rd down and 8 for Cerritos. The Pirate 45-yard line, and Cerritos in the first half very good on 3rd down, 4 of 6. They're among the best in the SCFA.
Cerritos has already used 2 timeouts.
McMahon looks over the defense on 3rd and 8. 4-man rush. McMahon stepping up, has some time, guns it deep, down toward the goal line, and the pass incomplete, but here come the flags.
I'm surprised there's a flag thrown there. I thought that was a 50-50 ball, and we have an injured player for the Falcons.
It was Jovan Tucker was the intended target. And watch McMahon, as we'll get a look at this one and slow it down for you a little bit. And there's definitely contact there, but yeah, as Art's saying up here in the booth, and I agree, Tucker's slowing down to make a play on that ball, and I failed to see where the defender really did something there that's going to warrant that flag being thrown.
When I look back on that play, it looks like the offensive player, the wide receiver, looked like the knee maybe buckled at the end of that play, and that's what caused him. And when you have that contact, I don't even think the legs got mixed up. Let's take another look at it here.
Yeah, it's Jovan Tucker, his intended receiver, and
you see this here. Watch him go down here. And that's before the contact gets there, and I think that's just an anticipation flag from the referee. That's a poor call.
Although, for the record, it's 3rd and 8, so was it offsetting penalties? They're replaying this down. It's still 3rd and 8 from the 45. So it's not going to go directly against the Pirates, but rather we're going to replay the down on 3rd and 8 from the 45. Straight drop for McMahon, stepping up, tries to cut it back. He's hit at the 40, trying to drag the pile. And it looks like he is about a yard shy at the 38-yard line of Ventura. And do you think about going for it here? If you're Cerritos, you need only about a half a yard. And the way you're running the football, if you're Cerritos, you got to be feeling pretty confident. They're going to quickly come to the line with an empty backfield. 4th and 1. Tucker, for the record, not in the game, so might be battling an injury from that previous play, but he's not on the field right now. Empty backfield. Snap to McMahon. He's going to throw. In the flat, he's got a man wide open for a first down. Brandon Jones down to the 24-yard line, a gain of 14 yards. Calvin Williams eventually runs him out of bounds. And how about that? Falcons averaging up over 6 yards a carry, but on 4th and a half a yard, they empty the backfield, and they go to Jones for the completion and move the chains. Big 4th down conversion. Now the Falcons back with Odom in the backfield, cuts it back, dragging tacklers down toward the 20-yard line, a gain of 4. Cooper with the stop, a 3-yard gain. Brings up 2nd down and 7. And Jovan Tucker has returned for the Falcons. So a 2nd down and 7 from the 21-yard line of Ventura. Time-consuming drive for Cerritos, down to 4:29 and counting remaining in the 3rd quarter. McMahon has the snap. Blitz coming. Good protection. Out in the flat and complete to Rapati, who spins out of a tackle. He's down to the 5-yard line and finally tripped up at the 3. A gain of 18 yards for Hinckley Rapati. Another broken tackle. And whether it be the Pirates just not being ready to play tonight or what the Falcons are doing, but either way, the Pirate defense is struggling to get a hold of this Falcon offense, and specifically these runners. Carl Odom, Hinckley Rapati in particular. And it's Rapati at tailback in the I formation. Under center, they pitch it to Rapati, and Rapati hit at the 3, but manages to surge forward and gain a yard. Just inside the 2, Anusium with the tackle, or it'll be 2nd down and goal. They're going to give Rapati the 1-yard line. He's already got a couple of rushing touchdowns tonight, 9 on the season. McMahon will work under center again. As the snap, pitch to Rapati, running left, head of steam, but he is hit and brought down. He didn't get there. No gain on the play. Cooper and Callaway combining for the stop that time.
Head of steam.
And a 3rd and goal from the 1.
Somebody put the sauce lid on top of it. Said, hold on.
Yeah, that engine needed a little more steam, I think, for Rapati. And he'll get a rest, and they'll come back with Carl Odom in the backfield. Odom himself with 8 rushing touchdowns on the season. McMahon again under center. Haywood in motion. They give to Odom, who is hit behind the line.
Ball's out.
And the ball's loose. The Pirates have it. Odom coughed it up. The Pirates say they have it. He's brought down at the 31-yard line.
I wonder if we can see this here.
I know that Odom was hit behind the line. Meanwhile, we have a Pirate player slow to get up, but getting to his feet. So they're going to say it's no fumble, that Odom was down by contact, and it will be 4th down and goal from the 1. The Falcons already converted on a 4th down earlier in this drive.
So the ruling was the forward progress was stopped and then the ball was swiped out. That's a very fortunate result for Cerritos.
Well, what do you do here? If you're in this situation, if you are Cerritos College facing a 4th and goal from the 1.
I think you got to go for it.
And they are going to line up to go for it. They'll go with the jumbo package. 2 tight ends. It's Odom again in the deep I. Odom gets the call, bounces outside. He's got the touchdown. Carl Odom. That's a good little shift by Odom in the hole. Bounces it to his left and finds a little bit of running room. And he gets in for the Falcon touchdown. Watch it here. That's a little bit risky. You start running east and west down near the goal line. You're asking for trouble, but good vision from Odom, and he finds the end zone. And the Falcons push the lead out again. The Pirates can get within 2, but they can't seem to get over the hump.
Odom will tell you he went southwest, or he went northwest on that.
Northwest is good enough for Cerritos. 38-29, 1:39 to go in the 3rd quarter. You're watching the Beach Bowl on SoCalCollegeSports.com, brought to you tonight by Joe Cap Real Estate.
We'll give you a live look in at both SCFA games now. One on Riverside TV, the other on SoCal College Sports.
Atkinson Vaughn back deep for the Pirates. 3 times the Pirates have crept within 2 points. Falcons finding a way to answer each and every time so far. 1:39 to go in the third. And this is about the score level you would have expected. The Pirates up over 40 points a game as a team. Cerritos up over 37 points a game. You knew there was going to be offense. Is that Alakai Ewan or Maldonado coming out?
Still Ewan.
So Ewan continues to get the call, and this fits with the Pirate pattern. Both guys see some action in the first half, and then it's the hot hand usually in the second half. Ewan looks left, now back to his right. Dumps it off and completes. Flags come in. Vargas tripped up at the 31-yard line by Darren Smith. But let's see if this is coming back in part or in full. It was a 6-yard gain on the completion to Vargas. But this is right about where you would expect to see a hold. Now we're a block in the back. So the Pirates set themselves back. Penalties haven't been a huge story tonight. In fact, the Pirates had just 2 penalties in the first half. But the 10-yard penalty here makes it 1st and 20 from the 15-yard line. Ewan with a straight drop, 4-man rush. Guns over the middle, completes to Moraga, who's got running room. He's out to the 42-yard line for a gain of 27 yards. Moraga now with 6 catches in the game, including a touchdown, and he has got to be getting close to 100 yards. Handoff on 1st and 10. Vargas ahead for a gain of 3. So it's 2nd down and 7. Smith with the stop for Cerritos. Ewan in the no huddle. Down to 39 seconds remaining in the third. Completes again over the middle into Falcon territory. And it's Moraga again. And I think Ewan's found his new favorite receiver, Daniel Moraga. And you know it helps when a guy is open. And Moraga right now is getting the separation he needs. And they are feeding him the football, and the Falcons on their heels defensively. The Pirates have it at the 39, out to Vaughn. Vaughn picks up a block. He's at the 35, bounces off a tackler at the 30, and down to the 25-yard line. It's been a fairly quiet night for Terrell Vaughn, who had just 3 catches for 14 yards in the first half, but a gain of 14 yards there takes it down to the 25-yard line, where it's another first down. They'll wind the clock down to 2-1. That'll do it for the third quarter. We will return for the fourth quarter. Cerritos 38, Ventura 29. It's the 2019 Beach Bowl on SoCalCollegeSports.com, brought to you by Joe Cap Real Estate.
Meanwhile, a live look in the SCFA Final Four. Riverside up big at home. They're in the fourth quarter, 27-0 over Mount Sac. So the likelihood of RCC hosting the SCFA incredibly high. They will play the winner of the Canyon Saddleback game right now. Canyon's in the driver's seat in a big way. 37-19, they're in the third. can't really do that because for the browser, and we have separate events, you have to re-input in the browser the web address. That's a multi-view. I guess I could leave that there. Yeah.
But I'm not saying for tonight. I'm just saying in general.
For future.
It's a good thing to have like looking like at a couple other ones.
Dog is at 114.
Start of the fourth quarter. How about the numbers for Alakai Ewan through 3 quarters? 11 of 12, 222 yards and 2 touchdowns. He'll keep it here inside the 20, moving the pile, still churning his legs, and Ewan finally squirts through down near the 10-yard line. They'll spot it back at the 16, a 9-yard run for Ewan. And a 2nd and 1 for Ventura as they continue to move the football. 3 wide receivers to the left on 2nd and short. Moraga in the slot next to Vaughn on that left side. Ewan looking left, screens it out. Vaughn with the catch, gets a block from Moraga, cuts it back. He's at the 10, hit and dropped at the 8. A gain of 8 yards. Pirates have it now 1st and goal at the 8-yard line of Cerritos. For Vaughn, that is his 5th catch. And they keep it on the ground.
They didn't get off in time. They made a substitution. They didn't get off in time.
Got a flag down.
We're hearing
So
from
hold everything.
Art Galbraith. This is going to be delay game.
So this is going to go against Cerritos, and it'll be half the distance. 1st and goal from the 4.
Substitution rule didn't get off in time is what we're being told.
So it was at the 8. They should spot this at the 4. Moraga now with 7 catches for 114 yards and a touchdown in the game. And it's a 1st and goal for the Pirates at the Cerritos 4-yard line early in the 4th quarter. The handoff on the right side down to the goal line for a gain of about 3. Gaitan getting the carry. Quick snap. Pirates back to it, straight ahead, down to the goal line. No signal yet. Touchdown. Was Ewan on the keeper. First rushing touchdown tonight for Alakai Ewan, and familiar territory for Ventura. With an extra point here, they'll be back within 2 again as we're going to run the replay. And
Didn't get there at first, but then the second effort by Ewan.
Yep. Similar to a play earlier in the drive where Ewan just kept working. He's a hard runner. Don't let the quarterback position fool you.
Back to a 2-point lead.
Pirates find the end zone again on a 1-yard touchdown run by Alakai Ewan. 13-18 to go in the 4th quarter. And Cerritos with a 38-36 lead in the Beach Bowl, brought to you by Joe Cap Real Estate.
Canyons has extended on their lead. Now 44-19 over Saddleback. Saddleback going in last week versus Riverside 9-0 on the season. And it's looking like they are going to drop 2 straight to end their year in 2019. Canyons likely going to travel to Riverside next week.
Speaking of Riverside with a 34-0 lead in the 4th quarter, how impressive is that 2-week run? Going to Saddleback and winning, and now throttling the Mounties. And Riverside continues to impress. Big return for the Falcons out to midfield. Brandon Jones gets to the 50-yard line, and the Falcons will have excellent field position to start this drive as the Pirates once again creep within 2 points.
Defensive coordinator's down there headbutting people.
So here comes McMahon. 241 yards and a couple of touchdowns in the game. Cerritos so effective through the pass and on the run. This is Ropati. A good push again on the right side of that offensive line. And Ropati near first down yardage again, a run of 9 yards. Ropati up to 60 yards on the ground. And I got to tell you, that's a low ball number to me. I'm surprised. I would have thought Ropati was even higher than that. He does have 3 catches for 70 yards, so perhaps I've got that on the brain as well. I'm remembering Ropati picking up chunk gains, and some of it has come through the passing game. 2nd down and 1 from the 41 of Ventura. Odom gets the carry, has the first down, stiff arms a man at the 35, and down to the 30-yard line. Callaway finally with the stop, but an 11-yard run. And on back-to-back carries, the Falcons have eaten up 20 yards, and they've got another first down at the Pirate 30-yard line. Falcons not in a big hurry. Dual setbacks on 1st and 10. Play action to Hardy. McMahon throws on the run and completes. Another accurate throw from T.J. McMahon as he finds Jovan Tucker, who again comes up a little bit gimpy, favoring that right ankle. But that's another great throw by McMahon on the run. You have to be impressed. Completes it down to the 12-yard line, an 18-yard gain on 3 plays. The Falcons continue to cut through this Pirate defense. Hardy remains in the backfield on 1st and 10 from the Pirate 12. Straight drop, McMahon setting up the screen, and does, but this is going to be a loss of yardage. It was Hardy on the reception, and now a late flag comes in. This would be a loss down back to about the 16, we're going to spot about the 18-yard line. That would be a loss of 6 yards, but let's see what the flag is.
Looks like it might be against the rules.
So a 15-yard penalty, and they will tack that on to the end of the play. So that is disaster for Cerritos as they go from the 12 all the way back to the 33-yard line. So 1st and 31 for Cerritos. Falcons come to the line. Snap to McMahon, designed roll to the right. He's under pressure. Flags come in from everywhere. I think the Falcons are going to pick up another penalty here. McMahon just runs out of real estate. Gets what he could, maybe a yard or two. But let's see what the flag is, and I expect that this would be holding. So the holding call against Cerritos. And the Pirates going to back him up even further. Well, I mentioned how good the Falcons have been in the red zone. It's going to be tough from here. 1st and 41. Back at the 43-yard line.
Good stop, guys. Need a ball game for you guys.
Falcons send 3 wide receivers to the left on 1st and 41. Screen it out to Hardy. Hardy breaks a tackle at the 40 and falls forward to the 36-yard line. It's another broken tackle, and that's a 7-yard pickup. Knight with the stop, but for the Pirates there, you have that play pretty well stopped for no gain. But the broken tackle by Hardy gets him 7 yards. 2nd and 34, so still a ways to go if you're Cerritos. But again, the Falcon ball carriers able to break tackles and pick up additional yardage. Parks and Tucker to the top of your screen on 2nd forever. Straight drop, McMahon fakes the screen, hit as he throws, completes the pass to Odom, who's got a lane. He's down to the 25, hit and brought down at the 23 for a gain of 13 yards, and McMahon paid a price, but was able to get the ball out and complete it. Williams with the tackle after a 13-yard gain, and now it's 3rd and 21. This would be a 40-yard field goal from here for Petrescu, who is 8 of 10 on the season. The Falcons will come out in a bunch formation on 3rd and long. Play action. McMahon sheds a tackler in the backfield. He's going to tuck it and run, breaks another tackle, slides down short of the 10-yard line. He's not going to get enough for the first down. He's going to get back near the original line of scrimmage, but they are well within Petrescu's range for a field goal attempt. This would be 30 yards as we are under 9 minutes to go. Falcons leading at 38-36. This will come from the right hash. Good snap placement down. Petrescu's kick is up and no good. So Petrescu had been pretty accurate this season. I mentioned the 8 of 10. Misfires from 30 yards. And now for the Pirates, a field goal gives you the lead. And the way that Alakai Ewan has moved the football, you don't exactly hate your situation here if you're a Pirate fan.
No, you do not.
They will take over at the 13. Well, they'll move it out to the 20. And that's where the Pirates will start this drive. Atkins, Vaughn, and Moraga out to the right. Vargas in the backfield with Alakai Ewan. Ewan didn't make his first appearance in this game until late in the first half, but he has made up for lost time. A couple of touchdown passes and a rushing touchdown. Vaughn on the bubble screen, out near first down yardage to the 30-yard line, a gain of 10. They haven't moved the chains yet, but this is very close. For Vaughn, 5 catches in the game now. An earlier catch for Vaughn was actually a backwards pass and goes down as a carry. But Terrell Vaughn, this has been about as quiet a night as you're going to see, and he's not going to get this catch either, as well, he'll get credit for the catch, but the holding call on the run will be a spot foul, and it will back him up to the 13-yard line where it'll be 1st and 17. And that's a big turnaround from 2nd and inches to a 1st and 17. Ewan stepping up, still looking downfield, flips it and completes to Vaughn out to the original line of scrimmage for a gain of 7. And it's 2nd down and 10. Cameron Minor and Victor Clanton moving up to bring down Vaughn. 2nd down and 10 from the 20-yard line of Ventura.
Meanwhile, in Santa Clarita, 80-yard touchdown for the Cougars.
Wow, they are pouring it on. Well, obviously, they're not big fans when you come to their house and win. They're going to get another shot at you. They're going to punish you a little bit. Now a late flag on the short gain here for the Pirates, and going to see if this works against the Falcons. And it's going to be an unsportsmanlike call against Cerritos. That's a big call, and instead of 3rd down, and maybe 7 or 8 yards.
Yeah,
The Pirates pick up 15 yards out to the 37-yard line and get an automatic first down.
Clearly a shove, and then something was said on the sideline of Cerritos.
Vargas gets the call on the right side, hit behind the line, a loss of a couple. Bedaya Togafau with the stop. Meanwhile, we have a Pirate player down for a 2nd and 12 play, and it looks like it's Jaden Vargas. We're going to step aside for an injury timeout. You're watching the Beach Bowl on SoCalCollegeSports.com.
Live looking, and it's looking like the matchup for next week in the SCFA Championship going to be Canyons at Riverside. Riverside has just gone up 41-0, impressive showing at home in round 1 of the SCFA playoffs here in 2019. And Canyons, meanwhile, equally as impressive, if not more, 51-19. And that's a bigger throttling than what we saw RCC put up last week on the road at Saddleback. That'll be an interesting matchup, Story.
Absolutely. College of the Canyons, after that opening loss, who's been playing much better football? You keep on saying that about them, but
their only loss versus Long Beach.
Is there a bigger challenge that you can have than trying to beat Riverside anywhere? Back to live action here as Vargas is helped to the sideline, favoring the lower leg, but he was able to get up and at least help himself over to the sideline. Meanwhile, after the completion, the Pirates commit the penalty, and they're going to back themselves up. So they get the big personal foul call to get themselves out of trouble, and then a running play for a loss and a penalty, and they've got themselves right back in trouble with a 2nd and 22 from the 25-yard line, 6:52 to go in the ballgame. 38-36. Falcons with a 2-point lead. Well, hey, listen, it's not the SCFA playoffs here from Ventura, but it's a pretty good ball game here in the Beach Bowl.
Agreed.
Ewan with time, hit from behind. The ball is loose. The Falcons have it.
Is there a flag?
Now we have flags after the play. The ball was recovered by Elijah Dolphin. And I think it was Applewhite off the edge. We'll see if maybe we've got the replay there. But Ewan started to tuck that ball under. I don't know if we got one more look at that, and let's see if we can see who that is coming in on the edge. And, yeah, I think that is Applewhite, number 13, getting the hand in there. And then Elijah Dolphin is opposite number, the defensive end on the other side, right there to pick up the football. Turnovers have not been a story at all tonight. In fact, that's the first turnover of the game, and it's enormous for both sides, as the Falcons will have it now at the Pirate 21, 6:33 to go.
Traditionally, the Pirates have been pretty generous in between the 20s, but red zone, pretty good defense. And we have another flag on the field. It's probably going to be unsportsmanlike.
The Pirates only +2 turnover differential on the season, so they haven't really forced the turnovers like they have in years past, and another game in which they have not forced any turnovers, but a personal foul against Cerritos backs them up to the 36, where it'll be 1st and 25, and that's a significant call potentially. You were in field goal range, now you're back out at the 36, and you're out of Petrescu's range, one would think. It would be a 53-yarder right now, but it's still first down for Cerritos.
How about it was a dead ball foul, I guess, after, so Cerritos sideline wants an explanation, but you get the feeling that, this could be a lot worse than it was. They're saying that this is 1st and 10. They back it up, so it's not 1st and 25.
So was this after the play? This was a dead ball foul.
Dead ball foul.
Before the start of the play. So it will be 1st and 10 from the 36. of Ventura. One other storyline to note here, the Falcons have just one timeout left. They've used a couple of timeouts already here in this second half. The Pirates still have all 3 timeouts, but should the Pirates regain the lead, it could become a storyline as the Falcons down to just one timeout. They work here with a 1st and 10 from the 36. Odom with a seam. He's at the 25. Cuts it back inside the 20, down to the 10-yard line. 26 yards for Carl Odom, who goes over 100 yards on the ground in the game. Cooper finally with the stop. Well, I'll tell you what, Michael. Now they're in field goal range.
Well, you said that last time. And in full-on jinx mode.
And I stand by. They were in field goal range. They didn't get the field goal, but I still stand by my statement that they were in range. 1st and goal from the 10 for the Falcons. Odom remains in the backfield. Odom straight up the middle, stiff-arming tacklers in for the touchdown. And with 5:51 to go, the Falcons answer one more time. And we do have a flag down. So hold everything. It's down at the 4-yard line. Take the touchdown off the board. A holding call at the 4. Is this going to be a spot foul where they'll take it from the 4? And for the Pirates, new life. Odom denied the touchdown. And it will be 1st and goal from the 14.
Wow.
That's an unfortunate call. As I watched that run, I think Odom, by the time that hold is made, Odom's already got the head of steam going toward the end zone. He breaks a couple tackles down near the line of scrimmage. Watch this here as he breaks the tackle right there at about the 5-yard line. That's right about the spot where maybe the call occurred. But it comes down right around the 4-yard line. But back to live action. It's not going to matter. It's Ropati on the right side for the 14-yard touchdown for Ropati. His 3rd touchdown tonight, his 10th rushing touchdown on the season. And for the Falcons, it's their 28th rushing touchdown as a team. And they're going to line up and go for 2. And it's juggled. What's the call? And caught. Boy, do we have the replay here. It was Valele out of the backfield, and that's a pretty risky call. Consider an extra point here, puts you back up 9 points. That's 2 scores. Instead, rather than going for the kick.
Yeah, he has it.
And Valele just that close. He was wide open, but that ball took a little while to get there. But I got to tell you, even with the 2 points, makes it 46-36. I'm surprised that you eschew the extra point, which would put you up 9 points in that situation, and take the risk for the 2 points to go up 10.
Hey, look, Cerritos going for style points here.
Right?
Give him a break.
I'm saying, it's a lot of style. I like it.
Well, I think the thinking is if you go up 10, now it's a touchdown and a field goal to tie it versus a touchdown and a field goal to win it.
Well, be that as it may, it's successful, so it's a 10-point game. Vaughn with a little hesitation, out past the 20, bounces off a tackler, still on his feet, and finally wrapped up at the 25. So a 25-yard return. There is a flag down, and they'll separate the teams. And, you know, Mike, I like the explanation, and I'm with you, but I still don't really understand it. 46-36, the 10-point lead after the 2-point conversion. The flag goes against Cerritos on the return. It is against Ventura?
Yeah, hold.
Okay. Let's correct that. So it is against Ventura. So back to the 15-yard line.
First down at 15.
Ewan with a straight drop, out in the flat and completes. Now to the 20, 25-yard line, and enough for a first down. Chuck Wick with the reception, gains 11 yards. Pirates battling the clock now, down to 5:24 and counting, and they're down 10 points.
Chuck Wick sounds like a spin-off movie at this point.
The little brother? John Wick's little brother? Completed on the far side again, and another big gain for the Pirates. This is exactly what the doctor ordered if you're a Pirate fan, streaking down the far side all the way down to the 20-yard line. Right back to Chuck Wick. And Wick able to tiptoe the sideline for a gain of 54 yards. Well, we saw Vargas with a big reception earlier in this game. Now it's Wick out of the backfield. Ewan lobs in the end zone, overshoots his target. Pass incomplete. So a second down and 10. He was going for Farrell in the corner, working against Travion Ballard. So a second and 10 from the 20-yard line. Keep an eye on Moraga in the slot. Moraga with the leaping catch at the 15. And he is hit immediately. Gain of 5. Ready with the stop. Sorry.
Chafee at San Bernardino in the matchup of the American Division Championship Bowl, 30-20 there in the fourth quarter.
Who's winning?
Chafee.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Third down and 5 from the 15. Ewan rolling right, still looking. Now just flicks it out of bounds, and the Pirates now face a fourth down from the 15. Well, with the 10-point deficit, not much of a decision here, and Steve Mushagin's going to send out the field goal unit. Alberto Arroyo, who's already hit 3 times in this one, will attempt a field goal of 32 yards. Straight away for Arroyo, the Pirates trying to get back within 7. Good snap. Kick is away. And it's good. Arroyo, 21 field goals converted this season. And with 4:18 to go, now the Pirates are back within 7.
Long Beach in action.
So 4:18 to go.
Long Beach facing Southwestern at home in the Southern California Bowl, 20-16 with the lead is Long Beach.
Short kick taken by Jones at the 15. Jones to his right, out to the 25. He is wrapped up. 9-yard return. Cerritos will start at the 24. And we haven't had a lot of stops tonight by the Pirate defense, but boy, oh boy, do they need one here. The last 3 and out that the Pirates had defensively, no, it was not last week. It was in the opening drive of this game tonight. But after that, the Falcon offense has really taken off. And the Pirates need to come up with a stop here, get the ball back, and give their offense a chance. Dual setbacks for McMahon. McMahon with some trouble with the snap. Guns it over the middle, tipped and incomplete. Is looking for Tucker.
Dangerous pass over the middle. This one nearly intercepted.
I think that was Nunnery.
Ooh.
Who was dropping back in coverage, and Pirates have yet to force a turnover. The 3-and-out would be nice if you're a Pirate fan, but turnover would be even nicer. 2nd down and 10 from the 24. Falcons trying to close it out and complete what would be their 2nd consecutive 7-win season. Read option, and McMahon with a ton of room. He's got the 1st down, slides down near the 40. Pirates flirting with a penalty there. Haven't seen a lot of the read option tonight, and it was well executed there, and McMahon found a lane off his left tackle.
Perfect time to go to it. Obviously, Pirates at this point having to sell out for the run. They've been absolutely steamrolled on the ground.
Yeah, Odom up over 100 yards. Vargas, for his part, close to 100 yards, but he did leave with an injury earlier in this 4th quarter. Right as he was just about to get there. Of course, Vargas missed much of the first month of the season with injuries for the Pirates. He's been a welcome addition since he came back a few weeks back. Odom running left, looking for a lane, and he's forced out of bounds after a modest gain. Couple yards. So a 2nd down and 8 from the 42.
Being told that Vargas on the sideline on crutches now. Looks like he's got that left ankle taped up.
Yeah, he was unable to get off under his own power. So that's not a huge surprise. I assume, obviously, that he is done for the evening. Odom gets the call. Hard running on the left side, still moving the pile. Yeah. And he's near the 1st down marker again. Carl Odom with a 7-yard run brings up 3rd down from the 49-yard line. And now comes the big play in this one. Down to 2:19 and counting remaining in the game, and the Pirate defense needs to make a stand right here. They do have 3 timeouts remaining, but if the Falcons pick up the 1st down here, the Pirates would have to use those timeouts to continue the game at all.
Yeah.
So it has to happen here, and you go back to a play earlier in this 2nd half and a big 4th down, and the Falcons emptied the backfield and threw the ball. So there's really no telling which direction they're going to go here on a 3rd and 1. Big play coming up. We'll step aside, take a timeout. 1:54 to go in the game. 46-39. Cerritos with the lead. It's the Beach Bowl on SoCalCollegeSports.com, brought to you by Joe Cap Realty. Is it
It's still ugly.
Here we go. 3rd and 1 from the 49. Here's the snap. They give to Ropati, circling left, and he's got the 1st down into Pirate territory. Boy, the Pirates had that play pretty well diagnosed initially, but Ropati bounces it to the outside and finds running room and finds a fresh set of downs, as we'll watch the replay here.
Penetration's there. He just gets the edge.
Yeah, it's all about Ropati with the speed and the nimble running, able to bounce that one to the corner and turn the corner and get it down to the Pirate 30-yard line. And now with 1:32 remaining, the Pirates can stop the clock 3 times. And we have an official timeout down on the field, and they'll huddle up. So they're going to reset the game clock, bring it back to 1:41. And now the Pirates will have to use 3 timeouts and hope that they can stop Cerritos on 3 plays. One more first down here, and the Falcons wrap it up no matter what you do. McMahon comes to the line with Ropati on his right. And the play clock still at 15. And the Falcons content to take as much time as they can. Here's the snap. Play action for McMahon. Rolling right. And he can't quite slip Corey Owens, who just gets a hand in there, trips him up. McMahon careful to stay in bounds. The Pirates will take their first charge timeout, under a minute to go on the play. It was a loss of 4 yards back to the 34.
Bit of drama here, not much drama in the other games going on right now. You look at the score in Saddleback and Canyons, and it's well in hand. Start of the fourth quarter, 51-26. The Cougars.
And as impressive as that is, Riverside with the 48-0 lead. And you know, we talked about these games going on, and both of us thought we talked about that the Canyon Saddleback was intriguing. Weren't sure how the Gauchos were going to come back. And the one thing that we said, we talked about the Riverside Mount Sac game, was I think you had to like Riverside. Obviously, they're the favorite coming in here. They have been dominating this season. But if there was any team that could go and have the ability to match up physically with any team in the SCFA and maybe pull an upset, it was a team like Mount Sac that we've seen do that so many times. Yep. This is incredibly impressive to put this kind of beatdown on the Mounties.
Mount Sac 6-4 on the season.
48-0. It's 46-39 here, second down and 14 for the Falcons. McMahon throws and completes. Another broken tackle in the backfield. The Falcons have the first down, and maybe with that, the game. And how fitting that it was Hinckley Ropati breaking another tackle. That's a play that maybe should have been another loss of a couple of yards, but it turns into a gain of 18 yards and a first down, and now the clock is running with 35 seconds, and the Pirates are not going to make an effort to stop the clock. So this is going to be a final. The Falcons are going to win the Beach Bowl here in 2019. They're going to come to Ventura to do it. And for the Pirates, it's a disappointing way to finish what's been an outstanding season, but I think one that's kind of a what could have been. They had the opportunity to win that game against College of the Canyons, maybe get themselves into the playoffs. That's one that they let get away in a great contest, great two-way contest between those teams. And now they're going to finish off after the huge win last week, going to Long Beach and winning that one. Going to come back here in the bowl game, and they're going to fall here 46-39. And it's been that kind of a year for the Pirates.
You're exactly right there, Stoy. You talk about the Pirates this season. They come in with the number 4 RPI going into the postseason. Unfortunately, the heads-up battle versus COC and losing that battle is what loses them a spot in the SCFA Final Four. But Canyons, meanwhile, as we'll give you a live look in here, absolutely throttling Saddleback, who is the at-large team. Of course, the Tigers, we kind of expected the Tigers to do this, especially after watching them last week versus Saddleback on the road. They go home. They host here in round 1. They're going to host the SCFA Championship, and it's looking more and more like Canyons will be traveling to Riverside. And look at COC, another touchdown on the board, 58-26 there in the fourth. That game is pretty well over.
Meanwhile, for the Falcons, bringing it back here, they finished 7-4. They finished the season on a 3-game win streak. Back-to-back 7-win seasons, and Cerritos, such a storied program here in the SCFA with their own fine history, and they're on their way back and back in the mix, and we'll see where both these teams go next year, as the Pirates pretty much year after year are a player in the SCFA here in this Northern Division, but the Falcons, I think their fans can say, hey, we're back. and part of the picture again as well in what should be a wide-open SCFA. So we'll look ahead to next week. It's looking like it's going to be Canyons and Riverside. That'll be exciting for the SCFA championship. Going to wrap things up here from Ventura. Once again, the final score, 46-39.
Yeah, we'll get to some thank yous here. I know you got a long list here, Story.
Well, we want to make sure that we thank everybody here, the staff here at Ventura College, providing the statistics and spotting for us, and the PA, Rick Ruffinelli, and the great team here at Ventura College. Want to make sure that we say thank you. Art Gilbreth on camera all season long. Really appreciate Art's help as well. And, of course, Jimmy Walker, interim AD here. And obviously, Jimmy helps us spearhead to make all this happen. Of course, want to thank our sponsor tonight, Joe Cap Real Estate, sponsoring the Beach Bowl. They have been servicing Ventura County and Santa Barbara County since 1973. I think I undersold them earlier. Joe's been around a little bit longer. It's all the way back to 1973 for Joe Cap Real Estate. And, of course, want to thank Steve Mushagian, Bobby Mushagian, the coaching staff at Ventura College. Another great season covering Pirate football. So happy to continue our association with them.
We hope to be back in 2020 and
always
do
took
it
their
again.
time to do whatever they could to help us out, and want to thank the Pirate players for a fun season. This has been a good time watching these guys play ball.
They are no stranger to drama. They keep it exciting. That's for
They
sure.
really do. I drive a long way up here, but it's worth it every week.
Hey, you get your gas tanks worse, that's for sure. We'll talk about our schedule coming up. Our next SoCal College sports broadcast will be the weekend of the 6th through the 8th. As we look at the scoreboard there for you. 6th through the 8th, we will have men's and women's soccer from De Anza. We will also have women's volleyball from Southwestern College, and then the state championship for football at Bakersfield the following weekend.
Final score, once again, 46-39. Cerritos comes to Ventura and gets the win in the 2019 Beach Bowl. For everybody here at SoCalCollegeSports.com, thanks so much for joining us. So long, everybody.